YouTube, what is up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about parallel compressing drums, why you should be, and how to do it. So, why you should be. The first reason is because it's adding dynamics and depth to your drums without destroying or crushing the integrity of them. It also makes it sound more glued together and that each one is reacting to each other just like a normal drum set would. You are going to be doing this on almost every beat. Trap beats, boom bap beats, funk beats. You should be really doing it on everything because it's just adding dynamics and it's also just making it sound like a heavier hitting drum. So why don't we just get into it, and why don't we jump right into FL Studio? Let's get it. Alright, now we're inside FL Studio, and as you can see, I got a sample already loaded up into the playlist, and I'm going to be using this just as a, example today because I'm going to be mainly focusing on the processing of drums and what you should be doing with drums. Alright, so enough said, why don't we just go ahead and get into it, and let's just say the best thing you can do when making drum patterns is just making sure you're selecting good sounds, good quality sounds, and you're not having to process them too much. Alright, but why don't we just jump into it, and enough of me talking, huh? Now let's build this drum pattern. Alright, so I got this drum pattern made. I got all of it roughly mixed, and I'm sending it all of these to insert 2. Alright, so, and if you don't know how to do that, you go ahead, hit Control Shift, and you left click, and you can just drag the mouse, highlight all of them, highlight insert 2, go ahead to track routing, route track to this track only, boom, there, it's done. Alright, so basically, so now that you got all these coming through, it sounds like a good drum pattern, but it's not being loud enough. Like, it's just not, like, I'm not hearing enough for the low ends. And of course, yeah, I could just do this, but the purpose of parallel compression is to add that like glue, kind of stick it all together and make it sound like a full like set. You want it to sound like it's authentic. So basically what I like to do is, if you're just using stock plugins, you can open up Fruity Limiter, you can open up Fruity Compressor, either one. This is all stock plugins, so I like to, since it's all routed to insert 2, get up, open Fruity Limiter. You can go to presets, and they have drum compression 3, 2, or 1, all the same premise. I like to usually just do it myself, so I like to just go to the default. I like to lower my compression, my threshold I mean, and I want it to like clip. I want it to duck everything. See how it just sounds like squash now? But what I'm trying to do is squash all the louder percussion, and I'm trying to bring up all the quieter percussion by adding dynamics to it with using a compressor. So without, now with. It just sounds like everything is quieter, but the hi-hats are just as loud. So what I'm gonna do now, that's your basic parallel compression, but you need to dial this knob back until it sounds good. This is like your wet dry knob you're sending, so how much is actually going to be going through this plugin. Yeah, so that's basically simple parallel compression. But what I like to do is use like third-party emulators of old school compressors and equalizers. So like the VMR is just perfect. It's perfect. I usually like to use the FG Stress, and I just go into a preset. This is the same knob. This mix knob right here is the same knob as this one, but I like to have that on full because this is your wet dry knob. So basically, without, add some in. And then I like to do some equalizing, so I'm kind of wanting that kick to hit a little harder. So I just boost the low. I know my kick lives around, around 100 hertz, 150. That's what I want. I want more body to it. Same with the low mid, so I could go down to around 500 hertz. Make this a little bit more of a slope that's like wider, so it covers a little more frequencies. Add a little boost. Yeah, just that simple. And then I like to usually add the FG401. And then, like I said, these presets are huge advantages, but I always make sure I go in and I adjust it, because the presets aren't going to be perfect every time. So, before, and then after. Just sounds way more full. Now you see that I'm going above 0 dB. I could probably drop that down, make sure that I'm staying below it. Sometimes I like to keep it, because when I add on my master, the Fruity Soft Clipper, go check out my last video. You guys are doing crazy on that. But yeah, basically I pointed this out in my last video. You know, just drop your threshold and your post, and obviously you can already hear my voice getting way louder, so my bad. But you add this soft clipper, and then I like to add the limiter, just so I can make sure I'm not going crazy and clipping. But that's what really brings the loudness to your drums in the final mix, is that soft clipper limiter. But with that on there, here's the example of not having your parallel compression. So without and with. Yeah, so basically that's it. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys joining. It's super awesome making these videos and seeing you guys love them. Yeah, run it up. Appreciate it. Peace out, guys.